Final segment of hour one on this week's episode of Implicit Bias. I'm your host, Kevon Bordelon. And man, we have a great show going for you. We are diving into remaining calm. So not just necessarily getting excited about, we mean the still that allows you to win confrontations. And then people are excited. People have been excited as I introduce you to the crew in the Top Secret Podcast layer this week. People have gotten excited about something that we're going to talk about in just a second. Let me introduce you to the crew. For those on our radio side, we have at the bar Jonathan Broussard of Industrial Fabrication Services and Chris Castro of Castro Law. To my right, he is Grant Galatas, otherwise known as K&B from Kennebra. And in the corner, you can't see him, well, because we wanted to spare you. Walker Griffon, Better Off Dead, the Implicit Bias Pledge, and you should see the look on his face. He's as red as his shirt right now. It's fantastic. What, Walker?
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I've been red the whole show. It's
Dude,
hot
you
here.
are. Yeah, well, this is the Top Secret Podcast layer. You should be making sure that we have AC in here. What is your problem? Why are you not taking care of this?
If I knew how, it would have been done a long time ago.
We are also located in somewhere in downtown Lafayette, Louisiana, which means that it's, 91 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. So when we record, it's still just a little warm during the summer. So these things happen. You know what the best part of all this is?
It's about to be cold.
No, you're going to live. Stop being a whiner. Anyway.
Football season.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is football
About
season.
30 minutes till game time.
Which is one of the reasons why people are excited. And I'm excited for something a little different than everybody else. I'm excited to talk about the Kelce and the Taytay. Because the Kelce and the Taytay had the T dropped on them apparently on social media. Now, they're saying it's not true. They're going to tell you it's all a lie. They're going to tell you it's made up. What I'm going to say is we don't officially know, to be fair. We just don't. However, man, the conspiracy theorists have been on this one for a long time. And conspiracy theorists have been on pretty much every Hollywood sports relationship that's ever been out there, that they're contrived. Well, for those who were keeping score, man, an article dropped apparently on social media that showed an alleged contract of the relationship between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Come on, don't tell me this is made up. I mean, don't BS a BSer here, right? The bar is just cracking up laughing over this one. I got thoughts at the bar. We'll start there.
My thought is that any document like that can be made up easily with word processing programs. And if somebody wants to put something out there, it's not hard to do.
Absolutely. It can be made up using just simply a Word document.
Simply.
Absolutely. Jonathan, what are your thoughts on this?
Where have we gone? High clientele people usually have agreements made up before they enter a relationship so they don't lose anything.
Ooh.
Now we're getting to the point where we have an agreement just to exit the relationship. I mean,
well, so no, the agreement,
absurd.
the agreement allegedly, and this is why I say allegedly, because to be fair, we don't completely know, but the agreement allegedly was outlining the length of the relationship. It was, so let's see, there was a term of contract involved. There apparently were some benefits outlined that they were seeking. And let's think about this. As the numismatist on this show, Louis Pizzolatto likes to say, follow the money. So Travis Kelce, after he starts dating Taytay, ends up with all of these sponsorships because now all of her fans know who he is. A bunch of people who would listen to her music, who wouldn't know a foosball if it sat on their face and wiggled, are now watching the NFL. And now he's making money off of the endorsements for products that he never would have endorsed before because it didn't have an NFL clientele.
Maybe the NFL's driving it.
I'm here with you. It is entirely possible that the NFL came into this and said, maybe we should put together a storyline. And you're telling me that maybe, just maybe, the NFL runs storylines just like the WWE? Just like professional wrestling? Grant, you look troubled over there, and I'm going to slide the bell over to you because I know you're about to start railing on this thing.
Good grief. Contractually, if you enter into an obligation or a marriage of this one, it's usually to behoove or benefit one or both parties. Who does this benefit? You can't tell me the NFL, who pays their players, signing these players now to 10-year, $300 or $400 million, and the loyal legion of Swifties that are out there across the globe. Who does this benefit? I don't see
It benefits the NFL.
No,
so think about their ratings.
I don't think either party was hurting for money to need something that's this sordid and this goofy and this seedy to benefit either side.
So let me ask you a question. The NFL, I agree, is not hurting for money. Then why do we have NFL games in Great Britain? Why do we have NFL games in Mexico? Why do we have? Because they're greedy. They're not hurting for money. They want more money.
No, Goodell has a Attila the Hun complex, basically, is what he wants to conquer the globe now. I can't see, and that's another thing. Dylan and I were talking about it earlier. Why send these kids overseas to play like that? They're doing it in college now, too.
Okay, so hold on. This is where I kind of draw the line when it comes down to send these guys overseas. So first of all, they're not kids. Second of all, the minimum vet payment in the NFL is over $800,000 a year to work out, play a game, and for the guys getting paid the minimum, they're riding the bench. If you pay me $800,000 a year to work out and be ready in case somebody else gets hurt, you send me to Mexico, you send me to Guatemala, you send me to Brazil to play a game. I don't care. I'll go play where you want me to play for that kind of money.
Sorry I sent us down that rabbit hole. I don't see the point of Goodell going global with this. I can't see an NFL branch establishing itself in Europe or anywhere overseas.
That is.
I can't see that.
It's. I don't think it's about necessarily, and we'll go to the bar because I think y'all want to chime in. I don't think it's necessarily about establishing a team in those places. It's about the market, right? So the more eyeballs that watch games, the more they can charge for advertising. And if you've got eyeballs in Mexico and Europe and South America and Asia all watching football games, now instead of the ad rate being $10,000, or let's be honest, if you've got a national game and you got a national ad, instead of it being $100,000 for a 30-second spot, if you've got 230 million eyeballs in the U.S., and that's if you get every one of them, now it's a billion eyeballs, and they're going to charge $200,000, $300,000 for that same ad.
Would you agree that round ball football is still the go-to sport in Europe and South America, everywhere else on the globe?
Oh, absolutely.
Because they still call that football.
Absolutely.
It's their religion over there.
It is, but they're trying to. That's the market for growth. That's how big companies look at it. Big companies don't look at it as what do I have. Big companies look at it as what do I not have. Let's go to the bar.
Getting back with Taylor Swift and Kelce,
Please don't.
I think it boils
Please
down
don't
to
get that. Please don't get them back together. Are they broken up? I don't know. I don't care.
I'm not finished with that topic.
I'm on both sides of what y'all saying because I think it has to do with relevance. They're still relevant in their own respective right, and I think the NFL and whoever else, ESPN, Disney, whatever, will do as much as they can, as long as they can, to use that to enhance their position among younger viewers, if you will.
Abso-freaking-lutely they will. I mean, look at what Disney has done. Disney literally looks at it and says, how many franchises can we destroy in an effort to get younger viewers? That's their goal. They took Marvel, they destroyed it. Golden Goose strangled it. Took Star Wars, Golden Goose strangled that. Same concept here. It's not about what we have, it's about what we don't have. And trust me, they're calm when they do this. Notice Disney's like, oh, we burned down that franchise? Just go buy another one. We'll burn that one down too. It'll be fine. Chris, you want to chime in?
Well, I just think it's about selling the fleur-de-lis and selling the Dallas Star and, the shirts and the marketing of it all, and that's where you make the money. The NFL makes the money. The eyes on the game is not so much. It's about pushing the product, and well, it is capitalism. So it's a behemoth, and how do you fight it is the question. But it does come down to the capitalistic spirit. So you have to push it that way. Is it right? I don't know.
Look, I'm not debating whether their greed is right or not. Right? That is, to your point, that is capitalism, and I will never at the end of the day, never be upset with somebody. I'm glad NFL players get paid what they get paid. I also know that I wish there were other people that got paid the same amount, right? I want to see everybody make as much as they can and be happy because there's plenty of money in the world to go around. My point with this whole contrived nature of things is, if this is scripted, which I believe it's scripted, I don't believe that the contract is real. That is kind of where I lie. I believe the whole thing was set up. I don't believe the actual contract that people are seeing on social media is real. It just makes me wonder how many other things that we think are organic aren't organic. They're scripted all the way around.
And I think that goes exactly to where you were talking about earlier with Elon Musk and how he reacted and how we react, and or do you react, or do you have you approach it?
You respond.
You respond, and you don't react, and that's where it lies. And you have to do your own independent research and do your own calm approach, and come to a conclusion that way.
We're gonna
let it affect you one way or the other directly.
And we're going to give you some time to do that as we wrap up Hour 1. If you are on one of our affiliates listening on the radio side that only gets Hour 1, go to our website, www.implicitbiasradio.com. You can catch the full episode. If you're somewhere else, if you're on video, if you are listening in one of our other markets, going to catch Hour 2, stick around. Hour 2 is always more fun on Implicit Bias.